our universe, full of endless possibility and questions. Earth, so familiar and yet so full of mysteries all its own. These questions of origin, time, discovery, history, with no answers. This shared knowledge should have been passed down through the ages, but was lost, with the only people who truly knew having long since turned to dust. Or so we thought. Now, armed with my ability to travel through time, I, Darren Fogg, invite you on a journey from our ancient history to our present day, where I will bring guests back to the studio answering these questions and more. We may yet unravel the mysteries that have been lost in the fog of time.
Good evening to you, and welcome to episode 4 of the Fog of Time. I'm Darren Fogg, and I'm your host. Now, before we get started, I always like to give a little explanation of what the show is all about. Basically, what we're doing is we're taking people from a previous time in our history and transplanting them via my time machine to our studio here in Long Island City. Then we chat them up, learn all we can about them, and return them back to their time after we've erased their memory. It's a very complicated process, takes a lot of different people doing a lot of different things, but we're all professionals, we know what we're doing. So this week's show is all about people with influence. Whether influence for good, for evil, or just are able to influence with love. My 3 guests tonight are people that are deeply involved in religion, deeply involved in politics, and deeply involved just in humanity itself. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be out with our first guest. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Long Island City, the new place for artists and the home of the E-Garage. We're ready to give the indie artists their chance to be heard. So follow me as I show you how to find the E-Garage. At E-Garage, you, the indie artist, can now have a performance space to call home. Whether you're a comedian, musician, or filmmaker, we have an opportunity for everyone to get stage time at the E-Garage. Here inside the E-Garage studio, you can come see many different performance opportunities. From a concert to a film screening to one of our live tapings, you can sit right here in our studio audience, which seats about 50 to 60 people. And I'm Megan Boyle. Be sure to check us out here at the E-Garage. We always have something being filmed, and a chance for you to get involved as well. You can call us or email us at contacts@egarage.tv. Hope to see you soon. Be sure to check out our website and our schedule, because there's always something happening at E-Garage.
And we're back. My first guest is a man whose influence is so great that people give up part of their weekends just to hang out in his presence. Please welcome Jesus Christ.
Hi. Hello.
How are you?
You come here.
Oh, we're going for the hug.
You
okay.
come here, my son.
Thank you.
You come here. I love you.
I appreciate that
You
so
come
much.
here.
Please have a seat.
Ah, this is wonderful. Hello. Hello. You're beautiful. Hello.
Thank you. You're very, very, very kind. And let me pour you some water before we get started. I know you
Thank you, sir.
get
You're
parched very quickly.
so generous. Thank you.
So Jesus,
For your help.
and yours.
Thank you. Cheers.
Now, Jesus, a lot of people obviously know the story of your birth, but there might be some people in the audience that don't. Would you like to quickly give us where were you born?
Well, I was born in Nazareth,
Mhm.
which is the northern part of the Holy Land.
The northern part.
The
okay.
northern part, yes.
So now, you obviously were born to Mary and her husband Joseph. What were they like as parents? Did you consider Joseph your father? Not really your father? How was that?
Well,
dynamic?
here's the thing, Darren. I'll tell you what it is. I've always considered myself sort of an innovator
Okay.
And that really started from an early age. When I was a child,
Right.
I would always be a little bit, mischievous, getting into a little bit of problems.
Really?
Troubles.
Okay.
Well, I was a little kid,
Okay, so exploring.
I mean, I was
things.
Daddy's son.
Daddy, you mean?
Daddy.
The big guy.
I mean, Daddy.
Okay.
Well, for you, he's the big guy. For
Sure.
me, he's just Daddy.
Okay, Daddy for you.
But Daddy wanted me to learn from my mistakes.
Right.
He said, there's no way you can be this divine human being if you don't go through the human being part.
Okay, so he wanted you to learn, grow,
Exactly.
be flawed.
That's right.
Okay.
And every human being, the essence of it is learning from your mistakes.
Interesting.
Exactly.
So would your parents discipline you? Like would they?
Well, that's the thing. I have to give credit to Joseph, and I have to give credit to Mama.
Okay.
See, they tried, but it was difficult because, you see, I don't want to be, to speak too highly of myself, but being Daddy's little boy, I was gifted.
Okay.
Literally.
Sure.
And I didn't know that at the time.
Now, explain to me, your early life is known, your later life is known. What were you doing as a teenager? Like, what were you up to for that, 15 or so years that the Bible didn't write about?
Well, Darren, I'm going to tell you right
Okay,
now.
please do. I'm very curious.
I was partying.
You were partying?
Darren,
Okay.
I was partying.
Really?
Because I'm a teenager.
Right.
And, when you're a teenager, you're kind of rebelling against everything, and you just want to have fun all the time and
Sure.
everything.
Here to report on the current state of the nation's crisis is special Greek culture correspondent, Extra Greek Man.
It is excellent.
Recent studies show that saints do exist because Sarah Palin is quite obviously the reincarnation of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
A speech won't stop the ignorantly violent terrorists, but my gun will.
Now, let me ask you probably the most important question of all. You are considered the symbol for two major religions. I mean, as one religion, you are the central figure. The other one, you're a very central figure. Does that put a lot of pressure on you? How do you feel about that when you found out you were the Son of God?
Well, when I was young and I found out I was the Son of God, like I said, I didn't react that well.
Sure, you panicked.
I panicked. And then, I went through the whole phases that I already told you about, and I came back and everything. And then I realized, you know what? I am what I am, and that's all I am.
Okay.
And as far as religion, well, the funny thing is, I'm Jewish.
Right.
I'm Jewish.
Which is funny. And you
See,
have all the religion.
Exactly. The thing is that all I wanted to do was just, let's stir things up a little bit.
Okay.
Let's change the way things are.
Right.
And people just took it to a whole new direction. Like
you
you said,
too far?
Well, I don't want to go into too far, not too
Right.
far. All I want to say is this. I believe that the thing that you should do in life is religion is not important. What important is to have faith.
I need your hands up, put them in the sky, get them high, 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 high. This moment is what destiny provides, so we fly, 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 fly. Yeah.
I'm getting nervous. Am I discovering love again? Can I be certain of my emotions?
I'm what you never heard of, to be the song preserver. The ground won't let me sleep, too many beats to murder. That's what I'm supposed to do, these deadlines are approachable. This is what I'm coaching you, a war in the vocal booth.
All right, my next guest now is a prince in his own right as well. He's a man of immense influence who also loves living dangerously. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Satan.
Hello there. Great to see everybody.
How are you, sir?
Hey, nice to meet you, Darren. It's real good to see you. Oh, no, too slow there,
Ouch.
JC.
Ouch.
Why don't you take a seat there?
Now, I have to say, first of all, I'm a little surprised by your appearance.
Oh,
I did not
yeah.
expect you to be like this.
No, well, a lot of people are pretty surprised. But to tell you the truth, Darren, if you saw me the way I really look, you'd shit your pants and die.
Oh, well,
So
that's a good thing that I don't see you that way.
no, yeah, I like to take this form, especially coming down to earth. It's real friendly. Certainly, this is the friendliest way that Americans talk. So
Now, I can sense already there's a bit of a vibe going on here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
you guys obviously have interacted before.
Yeah, we've seen each other around.
You have seen each other around.
I don't want to say when people are jealous, but you know.
All right, okay, it's not a jealousy thing, which is fine because I love jealousy, but you know. But you're just a little uppity. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's a little uppity.
A little uppity.
Now let's talk for a minute. You were a servant of God initially.
Well, yeah, you could say that.
You don't like the word servant?
I don't like the word servant. You see, really, it's really you'd be surprised. Heaven's very corporate.
Is it?
And,
so you were more a business associate?
Yeah, you know, I worked under him.
You were an
but
employee.
I wouldn't say servant. That's a little. I don't.
Okay. Now, what did you do? What was your job?
I was in marketing.
You're marketing.
Yeah, you know, trying to get the word out.
Okay, the word of God.
Yeah, well, it was a lot easier, you know, before Earth was made, because that was sort of before that happened. So I was just pretty much just saying, hey, did you hear about the thing?
You were just talking to your
yeah, well, I didn't really
employees.
have much to do. That was kind of what was so frustrating about the position.
Now, how was God as a boss to you? Was he very demanding, I would assume, or?
Yeah, you know, I will say number one, doesn't know how to delegate.
Does not. Okay.
Takes it all under his own self, and I think that's ultimately stressful.
Sure.
I mean, you ever, you know, earthquakes, mudslides, you know, blizzards, all the bad weather.
His panic attacks.
Yeah, that's just him freaking out, you know,
Okay.
and he takes
That's
it out.
actually true.
That is true.
Yeah,
Dad
you know,
does.
You hear thunder? You hear thunder? Moving furniture?
That is true too.
Or bowling.
I've heard that too. The bowling.
Yeah, what's
Is he a good bowler, by the way?
Dad can bowl. Dad can bowl. He bowls 300 every time.
Well, I would assume.
But the real problem, I would say, Darren, is that there's not any room for growth.
So, explain to me now, you represent evil, you represent greed, you represent jealousy, all these sort of vices of life. And yet a lot of that is sort of prized in our society. As an American, you're told to take what you can get, strive for things. Do you find our culture particularly easy to, you know, interact with, to tempt, as opposed to other cultures which might have been more pure?
Yeah, well, actually, basically, it seems like I'm winning.
I would say.
Although, first of all, I'm going to say, if you think it's a party over here, you should see Europe.
Really?
All right.
Okay.
I mean, at least as far as the sexual deviancy and the drugs are concerned, they're a whole lot more okay with that vibe.
Really?
But in general, yeah, you're all a bunch of, you know, very easy to attempt. It's not even me. It's not even on me. It's just there.
Really?
You know?
Just kind of.
Well, the thing is, I don't put all the tempting stuff in there. God does it.
Yeah.
God tempts.
Yeah, he's like, hey, check this out. My goal make you take it. His goal make you not.
I see. Okay.
You know, I am very positive in that respect.
I see. So you're an enabler, whereas he's a witholder.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Dad
like, oh, look
likes
at this
to
fruit.
tease.
He likes
He's a
to
bit of a
tease.
tease. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
He's a bit of a tease.
Now, what's your tempting process? Do you like appear as exactly what someone's looking for, or do you appear as something opposite? Like, how do you go about tempting someone to your side?
Well, you know, I tell you what I first do is I do my research.
Okay.
Find out everything about him. You know, do your homework, and that way you can really figure out what form you should take, how you should tempt them, with what you should tempt them.
It's been, you know, said in a lot of places that hell is much more populated than heaven. Is that true? Are there a lot more people down there?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, pretty much everything's a sin.
Really?
Yeah. You ever eaten a salmon?
I actually haven't.
You haven't? Oh, you're good then. You're safe.
Oh, he's mine. He's one of mine.
You eat a salmon. You're out.
You're out?
I mean,
really?
you know, there's a whole process. You got to kill like 3 pigs, and then you got to go to a mountain or something. Have you actually read the Bible the whole way through?
No, I just kind of read the Cliff Notes.
Technically, you're not allowed to go to the bathroom.
Really? Oh, okay. You need someone to.
Yeah, you know.
It's not true. What do you say to that, Jesus?
All right, look. Well, I'll tell you. I skimmed it, but
okay.
Basically, a lot of things are sins. Actually, only about 10% of people get into heaven.
That's it.
Welcome to the very first episode of Along with Claire. Over the course of this show, I'm going to be interviewing and showcasing artists who work in all kinds of different mediums. From rock music to sculpture, from dance to film. I'm looking to explore everything. And keep watching eGarage TV.
Okay, and we're back with the rest of my interview with Satan. So I wanted to ask you, what's your end game here? Are you just going to keep accumulating souls? I mean, are you going to make another move against God? What's your plan?
Well, as far as soul accumulation, that's up to 2 sets of people. That's up to the guys up in heaven.
Right.
All right, I think they got to relax their standards a little bit.
Okay.
And it's
You're
up
getting
to
crowded in hell?
Yeah, we really are. It's an overpopulation issue, and I'm going to say it's up to you guys here on Earth. First of all, I think I might just have to call God and be like, hey, can I rent some space?
Really?
Good luck.
Yeah,
You're
well, you know.
Good luck.
Are you going to be able to, you know, make that rent up? Like, how are you going to, you know,
Oh, well,
get back in God's good graces for you to give
money
you?
is the root of all evil, so I'll have no problem paying.
Okay.
That's for one thing. And then as far as taking over goes, I mean, it's sort of, it's kind of, it's in the works.
Okay,
It's in the works.
we'll be right back, but I have a special guest for the two of you that I think will be very interesting.
Ooh,
So
nice.
we'll be right back with my final guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Power World. Hot for your hands in the sky, stay hit. Hot, hit, hot, stay hit. Hot, hit, hot, stay hit. Hot, hit, hot, stay hit. Hot, hit, hot.
The first of many, and we're going to bring some amazing music out.
Back to the physical west, and I'm staring at a hollow pile of good. You spent that time, God said to my name. Trying to make a change, understanding in myself. Feeling like everyone the lanes. See, I don't hang with the clowns. Like, discuss new music, why? How it's feeling. Plus, I don't know what the radio sound like. Everything's real with me, and it's in music. Dropping to my own theme, and ready to be to it. Planes hit, consuming green to slip in the pocket. Seen in the beat, shooting to the student port, throwing the beat. So you could criticize.
Social media, Twitter, Facebook, the whole nine really body box. Power word.
My final guest tonight is a woman who, rumor has it, has had an intimate relationship with both Satan and Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Magdalene.
Hi! Oh my god! Oh, honey, I like the longer hair. It's coming out nicely.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey there, darling.
Hey,
it's great to see ya. How you doing? You making it okay?
Good.
Chef, thank you.
Good, yeah.
Magdalene, how are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
So, tell us first of all, before we get into your relationships,
Yeah.
people don't know that much about you. What was your childhood like?
Well, I grew up not too far from JC. That's my nickname for
JC,
him. I call
okay.
him JC. He calls me Maggie.
Okay.
I grew up right on the Sea of Galilee.
Okay.
Down the shore, the Jerusalem shore.
The Jerusalem shore, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was just raised by like a single mother, you know?
I see.
And we didn't have a lot of money. So like at a really young age, I kind of had to earn my keep, you know?
I see.
So I had to like to try all these different odd jobs, yada, yada, yada. Yeah.
Is that what led to prostitution? I
Oh
understand
yeah,
you were a
absolutely.
prostitute.
I mean, because like it's good money, you know. What was I gonna do? Make clay pots for the rest of my life?
I wouldn't pay very
Come
well.
on, if you got it, you gotta flaunt it. So that's what I did.
Now, how did you meet Jesus? Were you a prostitute when you met him?
Oh yeah,
You were?
I was. I met JC at a bar actually.
At a bar,
Yeah.
really?
Mhm.
When he was taken away to be crucified,
Sure.
you watched him die, and then he
I did.
came back.
I did. I know.
What was that like for
I
you?
crapped my pants.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. JC. I'm like, you're dead. And there I thought it was a ghost. I thought it was going crazy.
Right.
It was emotional.
It was. Well,
It is. I have to tell you, Darren, when I resurrected, I said I have to wrap things up with Mary after a while.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it in the wrong way. So I gave her all the spiritual love that she needed.
Right.
No physical love.
Right.
I had to make
That was
sure
hard for me. I'm a whore. I'm like an nymphomaniac.
But I wanted
you know?
her to get the message.
You sound almost like your father, though, because you're giving but withholding at the same time.
Here's what happened. So our fireplace was broken, and lo and behold, Satan comes. I didn't know it was him at first. I thought he was just a really handsome handyman,
Yeah,
you
you
know?
don't take many forms.
No,
Sure.
yeah. So he
As you learn.
came in, he was like the little chimney sweep,
Okay.
and he put a fire in the fireplace, he put a fire in my panties.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
oh my
Yeah.
God, he's such
Cool.
a... The sex is hot, literally and figuratively.
I would,
Oh
like-
my God.
I would imagine, what's he like as a boyfriend to you?
Well, it's really more of like about our physical connection, I think.
yeah.
You know?
Okay. Very physical.
Yeah, he likes to be dominated and all that kind
Really?
of stuff.
Well, you know, you spend so much time in charge of
Yeah.
everything. It's good to see the other side.
Right.
I see. But it sounds to me like he gives you the physical, but not the emotional.
Yeah.
He gives you the emotional, not the physical.
Yeah.
So, like a merging of the two
That
of them
would
would probably
be
be the best for you.
amazing,
But which of
yeah.
them really, at the end of the day, has your heart?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You ever heard of the dating game?
No.
It's basically we're gonna pit these two guys against one another and see
Yeah.
which of them actually is more compatible.
Oh, I like that
All right,
idea.
so we're gonna take a commercial break and come back with a little contest
Yeah.
for the heart of Mary Magdalene. Be right back.
Hello, and welcome to the first installment of Breaking Through, a show about people, events, and ideas that pull us forward into a balanced and hopefully a better world. I'm your host, W.J. O'Reilly. Breaking Through aspires to taking us closer to discovering ways of transforming ourselves and the world without harming others or the planet. We leave you, we ask, what will you do to break through? For myself, W.J. O'Reilly, see you next time.
So my first contestant tonight on, let's call it, Bible Bachelor, is a man who symbolizes all that's good in the world. He's the Prince of Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ. And then Bachelor number 2 is his polar opposite. A man filled with mystery who enjoys taking souls and bringing them down to his lair. Please welcome the Prince of Darkness, Satan! And tonight, both of these men will be vying for the love of the beautiful Mary Magdalene. There we go. All right, so let's get started.
Okay, so my question, what is the idea of your perfect date?
My perfect date is with you.
Aww.
And that's the only thing that matters.
I'm gonna throw up, first of all, from that, but I'll wait. I'll hold it down. My perfect date, well, if we could squeeze a couple murders in, that would be good.
A couple
I would
murders?
like that. Just to start the evening off,
Okay.
you know? Hell, I'll get started before you show up, and you just, just help with the last one. Just slice that jugular. And then, we'll go out, we'll pillage, we'll plunder. I like to do that a little bit. And then, pretty much every kind of sex that doesn't involve missionary-style baby making. And then, we can slumber for 1,000 years.
1,000 years?
Well,
Oh my God. That sounds like a hell of a night.
Yeah, I'm
Literally,
a wild
yeah.
man. A hell of a night. Exactly.
Describe yourself in one word.
Evil.
Okay.
I went with the classic.
That works. Jesus, how about you? One word.
One word? Holy.
Holy?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what? I'll tell you what else is holy. Swiss cheese, but no one's bragging about that.
A child comes up to you, kicks you in the shins. What do, Lucifer?
Well, I'd set him on fire, don't you know?
Set on fire. Okay.
Yeah, immediately.
What about you, Jesus? What would you do?
I just showed the other shin. I just turned the other shin.
How about that?
It's
Turn
just
the
the
other
other
shin.
shin.
So let me ask you both this. Mary's someone who loves adventure. What's the most dangerous thing you've ever done? Satan?
Well, I tried to take heaven from God.
That's dangerous.
I think that's pretty up there, I would
Yeah.
say. I mean, I'm going for the obvious one here, but hey, we're playing for keeps, aren't we?
Sometimes the obvious is the best
That's
answer.
Obviously.
hot.
Jesus, how about you?
I once tried to touch Donald Trump's hair.
You did?
Yeah,
I wouldn't even do that.
it was.
Wow.
That was scary. I was literally afraid, and I've been crucified.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Any more questions from you?
My last one, because I have a sweet tooth. If you were a dessert, what would you be?
Oh,
so
very
you,
nice.
Jay, speak first.
Actually, I would be a devil's cake.
Oh!
Really? So you
Yes,
changed
it
it up a
would be.
little bit.
Yeah, but only because I'm that sweet.
Okay. How about you?
Bastard. I was gonna say that. You knew I was gonna say that one. I told you I was gonna say. Fine. All right. Red velvet cake then.
Oh,
Well,
I
that
love
goes
red
well with your
velvet.
ensemble.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you have a decision, or do you need?
I mean, I think so. It's hard.
Okay.
You know, you guys both answered some questions well and not so well, so
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna find out who's won Mary's heart. We'll be right back.
Where'd Daddy go? There he is! Where'd Daddy go? Oh, there he is!
Godfather! So it's just a cat.
And we're back, so it's the moment of truth. Who did you choose?
Well, Darren, the thing is, I haven't been totally honest. The thing is, I'm not gonna choose either of you, okay? Because I'm actually dating somebody else.
Someone else? Who's that?
Yeah. Buddha! Yeah!
Buddha! Well, thank you for coming in here, sir. Please.
Hi,
Angel.
How
are you?
let me rub that head.
So good.
Yes, you too, baby.
Please have a seat. Talk about unexpected.
Yeah.
Hello, Buddha.
Hey, boys.
Well, it seems like you're very happy with Buddha.
He brings me luck.
That's just
This
the way it
means
goes.
war.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Bring it, boys.
You're gonna get it from the top.
Well, that's
and
going to
the
be it for our show tonight. Thanks so much for watching The Fog of Time. We'll be back next time. See you later.